Swirling inside a certain amount of chaos today. I feel the ebb and flow. I've got a little bit of anxiety going on. Could be holiday related. It could just be regular stress related. I think actually that I am still kind of tapping into and dealing with some new truths of myself that require me to be a little more in compassion and give myself a little forgiveness. Not my natural state of affairs. Welcome to Body of Truth. I'm Rebecca Windsor. Body of Truth was born in an effort to keep things status quo. I had silenced my inner voice because it didn't match up with the way my life was going. And of course, that life turned out to be made largely of lies. My marriage disintegrated, my son left for college, and so everything that I had kind of really wrapped the reality and the kind of day to day of my life on was no longer my day to day. So I needed to really think about what I wanted my life to be about. And in that, I needed to really remember, not discover, but remember who I was. Year after year, we pile all these labels, and sometimes it's necessary, right? To be a mother, sometimes you need to put your own personality in the back shelf to be an effective mother. I have no issues with this. But what happens as we get older is we want to reclaim that self that's so pure and true. I think of it as like my 8-year-old self. Like the last time that you really were like, that's me, before the insecurities of adolescence come in. So, in rebuilding, I needed to make some cognizant choices about like what I really wanted in my life and what I knew I didn't want. Most important gift that I got from that period was the gift of inhabiting my body. So as a relief to depression, I would go to the gym and just physically exhaust myself until I couldn't move, just so I'd be so tired I couldn't feel sad, or I just didn't even have the energy to cry. And what happened was, as I would start to kind of like be on the treadmill or whatever I was doing, kind of like thinking through, I want this, I don't want that, I realized that I was starting to make these physical muscle memories in my body. So when I was at the point where I was constantly trying to practice making these new decisions, I would feel the echo and the memory come up and through my body. And that was when things really got unstuck and started to shift for me. And so what I want to offer you is a place to start that dialogue within yourself where you're making very conscious choices of what is in your life and not in your life, and also give you maybe some cues that you can use to bring your body back in and really make sure that you're fully embodied in your life. So I tend to be okay swirling in chaos. I can pivot. I don't necessarily need like a big place to land as long as I can touch ground and swirl off again. But since I came upon these pretty big, kind of the next big group of lies, right? So you scoop out the stories that you tell yourself about yourself. But what do you reach the next lie, the next band? It's more lies. Actually, I would say more subtle and fundamental as you go on this endless voyage of self-discovery. And where I am now is, I've talked about this in another video, where all the sides of you, shameful or prideful, need a seat at the table. And you've got to invite the sides of you that you don't really want to embrace or even acknowledge, or else it will come out in shadow and it will bite you in the ass even worse than just honoring their presence. They're there no matter what. And so for me, one of the things that has really created, and I think one of the reasons I'm spinning today, is because being someone who always kind of, even as a mom, my kid was not on a schedule. We had a flow through during our day, we would have a little bit of, I just was not a schedule follower. Whatever came up for us is what came up. But since making a lot of these conscious changes, and I've talked to you before about, the 4 kind of aspects of my body, where I really kind of cognizantly connect to my body and exercise every day, fuel myself well, make sure that I communicate with God, make sure that I am in gratitude to 2 people that are important with me, and make sure that I'm consciously dealing with my business and my finances. So because I have all of these things I do every day, it gives me a container to spin in chaos. It's almost like I feel more free because I've got this initial container where I know these things that feed me are going to get done. So this morning when I went to the gym, because I go early in the morning, because that is the best time for me to feel like, I'm steady, I've burnt off my whatever anxiety I woke up with, I'm ready to start my day. It's the first day of New York State instituting having to wear a mask. And I'm going to the gym for cardio. I'm not wearing a mask in the gym. So I left. And so my regular schedule got disrupted. And as someone who doesn't really think of herself as a scheduled type of person, I'm completely adrift. I can't get my shit together. I feel very scattered. I had a really good plan today that really just kind of got blown apart. And although I talked yesterday about being a control freak, through the events of my day, usually I can flow. I can be like, okay, I'll do that. Okay, I'll pick up this tail. But because my body didn't get its reset, I'm a little bit off today. So what I'm trying to express to you today is that giving yourself a really good ritualistic start to your morning, no matter whether you're like a super checklisty kind of person or you're a little bit more of a flower through your day, having that kind of spot where you start from, a really strong launching pad can be so solidifying and gives you such a place of grounding and a place to center. Because I'll tell you, I didn't have it this morning and I can feel myself whirling off. I can feel my anxiety's a little high. I came home and I exercised outside. It's cold, but I exercised outside, but I didn't do what I really kind of had planned in my mind to kind of push today. So I will do that. I will make up that time. But I guess what I'm offering to you today is to review the way your mornings begin. Do you have a routine that you follow? Even if it's just, you drink a glass of water with lemon. I used to do lemon and cayenne and apple cider vinegar every single morning. Actually, I need to start doing that again. Whether it's meditating first thing in the morning, reading passages from the Bible, whatever single act it is that gets you to centralize and get grounded and ready for the day, I really do feel that doing that consistently can really give you a place of power to start your day. And the reason I say that is because I didn't have that today and I am swirling. I'm going to take a moment and I actually am going to restart my day, because if I keep going like this, nothing's ever going to get done. I'm spinning. I can just feel myself kind of falling apart. So that's what I wanted to share today, is to think about something either that you're not even conscious of that you do every day, or inviting in, maybe looking to the new year, or just inviting in a new ritual that you think would really be feeding yourself, centering yourself, starting your day with power. So I look forward to hearing what you think, either a ritual that you already do or something that you really want to invite into your life. And I can't wait to hear from you. I'll see you tomorrow.